Hello, oh. Hello, people. Yes, this is JP Ronnie, and I'm back again, ready to do a family clone system this time. Yes, because I have quite a few of these. Actually, I should probably switch my fan off so it doesn't be annoying in the background. But yes, anyway, like I was saying, yes, I got myself a family clone system pretty recently for a few quid, called the Wireless Tennis. I think that's what it's called anyway. I can't be bothered to check right now. And this thing is kind of crap, as you will probably expect. But why don't we see what this thing is all about? So yes, we started up and we get this annoying music. Yeah. And of course it's like a 3-second loop. Now there are 40 games on here, so we have tennis and then we have 39 other games which we will be looking at. Probably not for very long, but I will be looking at them. So let's start with the tennis. Now I'm not sure if I'll be able to play this. Great. Well, can I see this is going to be a great game. So yeah, oh, okay. Apparently the controls don't really work on this because I pressed. So apparently, no matter what button I press on the controller, it just registers an A button press. That's great. That's great design right there. Granted, this thing does come with a tennis controller, but I'm not using that. Okay, I'm playing with I'm playing with the N64 controller ripoff this comes with. So yeah. As you can tell, this game is kind of not very good, shall we say. And by not very good, I mean it pretty much sucks. Because, yeah. I mean, as you can see there, I clearly got out. Because, I mean, it bounced on the, bit on the left. Which normally in single tennis would count as an out. But here it does not. And, okay, I pressed the button that time, it didn't actually register. I think that's just because it's infrared. And infrared controllers tend to suck anyway. But, I mean, I could just use turbo button for this, but yep, it's a crap tennis game. Not really much else to say other than it sucks. So let's move on to the games. The reason to play this. So yeah, there are 39 games. Like I said, first one is Aggressor. Ooh, we shall go indeed. So yeah, Aggressor. Ooh, please select. Well, I think I know what this game is already because I'm kind of familiar with the Famicom to an oh, they didn't even bother changing the name. That's just, yeah. In case you can tell, this is Space Invaders. So yeah, good job on that one. Now, what's funny is that because the games here, excluding the tennis game, of course, they're all just based on NES games or Famicom games, and they've just like changed the graphics or whatever. And in the case of this game, and I think a lot of the other games on here, they'll like add a title screen before like the actual title screen. And it's kind of funny because most of the games I think most games they tried to like hack are supposed to be like games that most people wouldn't really recognize. But I mean, Space Invaders is one of those games that everyone knows. I mean, like everyone's heard Space Invaders. And, as you saw at the beginning, they couldn't even be bothered to, like, change the name on the opening thing. I mean, it's just sloppy, And it's kind of funny that they put this as the first game on here as well, just to make it even more obvious. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to get that. Yeah, not really much else to say about this game. It's just Space Invaders. It's not a particularly great version, because the original wasn't really that great, in my opinion. But, anyway. And, yes, every time we reset, we're going to go back to that stupid intro menu. Which is great. But then we have Beat Balut, which is player game. Okay. But yeah, this is of course Balloon Fight, which I'm sure a lot of people will know. Again, I mean, if you at least have some familiarity with the NES, then you'll probably recognise this game because it was I know it was like an early game, and of course the game was basically just a Joust rip off basically, but it was better than Joust, I would say. I kind of I prefer how this plays. Like I prefer the controls work and stuff. I just think it's more fun personally, and it's got the same music. Literally all they've changed is the graphics. So I suppose as a system this isn't too bad. Like if you want to just play some NES games. I mean you're not gonna find Super Mario on here or anything like that. But He's got balloon fights, so it's probably worth it for that. And there's a few other like really good games on here too that they like changed. Yeah, it's also got the Balloon Trip music, which is great. I'm not gonna bother showing off Balloon Trip because I can't be bothered. But yeah, I mean it plays exactly the same. Like this is slower than it would play on a real NES, I think. But yeah, not much else to say, so I'm just gonna move on. So now we have Bit Maan, which kind of sounds like a third-rate Pokemon rip-off or something, but no, this is actually Son, except now it stars bluer and green. So yeah. Actually, one thing that I do want to point out, which I don't think I'm going to be able to show off in this video. Come on, lucky for 5 of this. That's great. But anyway, like I was going to say, one thing that is absolutely gold about this system is the manual that it comes with is just, like, the descriptions of the games are just so hilariously dumb. Like, I think there's, in fact, yeah, I'll try to, like, recount the description for the one of the games later on. I'll point out which one it is when I get to it, but it's not too far in the list, I don't think. But yeah, no, this game, for those who don't know, this is actually Son, which was kind of an early arcade game. It was one of the first games that Capcom made, I think. Back when Capcom was, you know, good. But, yeah. This is a pretty fun game, actually, I think. I mean, it's not a great game, but I do enjoy playing it, at least. I've never actually, like, beaten it, though, so... But anyway, we're going to move on. It's just on some different graphics, and there's not really much to say. But now we have Bomber Girl, which I'm sure you might be able to guess what this is just from the name. In fact, I mean, just listen to the music. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you don't recognise this game from the name and the music, then, well, maybe this will help. Oh, yes, they just took Bit Maan and changed the main character into a girl. I mean, sure, they changed, like, the background graphics and stuff, too, but, you know, I mean, it still plays exactly the same. And, to be honest, like, I don't really care for Bit Maan. Like, the original Bit Maan. I mean, I love the sequels. But this one, I never really liked all that much. Because I think, really, what I mostly liked about the other games is the multiplayer. The problem being that this game doesn't have multiplayer, which just kind of makes it, I don't know, it's not really all that interesting to play, personally. You know, like, Bit Maan was really made to be, like, a party game. And, you know, when you take the party aspect out of it, it kind of loses a lot of what makes it great, I think. I mean, although, saying that, I mean, I did beat the PlayStation Bit Maan game once. The other one that was just called Bit Maan. And, I think, I seem to remember that playing pretty much the same as this. So, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to move on because there's not really much else to say. I mean, it's alright, I guess, but there's much better Bit Maan games out there. So now we have Bounce Wave. Bounce Wave. And again, as you can see, like, they have a title screen in the beginning, and then they have, like, this screen, which in the original game was the title screen. I don't really understand why they do that. I mean, surely they could just, like, make the logo smaller to fit it onto the original title screen. Now, this game, if you don't know, this is actually a game called Clue Clue Land, which I actually quite like this game. It's kind of, like, it's kind of weird. Okay, well, oh. I keep forgetting about the infrared controls on this. Like, it takes some getting used to, I guess. I think that's, like, why the controls just cut off, is because, like, it gets out of range of the infrared. And it's like, yeah. So, I think, oh, it's person, I think. Because I know this, like, changes. Like, it's kind of random as to what the picture itself is, I suppose. That's when the controls in this to be a little bit awkward. Where it's like, you know, when you're, like, trying to, like, swing on the poles or whatever. Or whatever. You know what I'm saying. Okay, well, I think I'm just about done with that. So now, I love this, like, clock sound whenever you select a game. It's like, what's up with that? Bug fight. I always love that, like, go sound whenever you select a game. Just, bug fight, go! Yeah. Now this classic game. This is actually a Millipede, which I think was Millipede the sequel to Centipede, or was it like some weird like I don't know, like updated version of it? I don't know. I kind of really understood that. But I mean, I quite like Centipede personally. I mean, I've got the Atari version. I do play it. It's one of the Atari games that I go to every now and then, like when I feel like playing it. And you know, this plays very similarly. I really like the sound effects in this version actually, because it does kind of sound like the original. And okay, I'm sucking at this, but okay, I'll just move on because there's not much else to say. It's Millipede and it's a classic game. So we have Bunny's Might, or Bunny's Mighty. Oh, okay, you can have two players in this. That's nice. Okay, this I think is where we start to get into the more obscure games, I guess, because this is actually based on a game called what was it called, Bit Maan. It's a game I haven't really played much. I just remember it being, it's like this, and then there's like screens where it plays like Bomberman or something like that. It's alright, I guess, but I never really got into this game personally. I don't know. It just feels a little bit like not really bad. It's just I don't know. There's not really much that really leaves it coming back to it. But you could do worse, I suppose. Like this. Okay. I'm not really sure what else to say. I mean, there's not really much to say about the graphics. I mean, I don't even know what my character is even supposed to be. Because, I mean, obviously I'm supposed to be in space. I mean, in the original game you were too, so, yeah. They couldn't really be bothered to change this game much. But, yeah. Oh, okay, let's go in here. Yeah, so now I'm Bomberman, I guess. And I died, because I'm rubbish at this. Okay. So, now we have Fighter. Or Super Fighter, as it's actually called here. You actually choose the level, which is pretty cool. But I'm just going to pick level 1 because that makes it more recognisable to people, I suppose. So let's do it. Yeah, now, this game, in case you can't tell, this is actually Super Contra, or Super C, or Protected 2, or whatever the hell it's called. This is actually a pretty classic game. It's also a lot more complex than most of the other games on here. And the graphics are also a lot worse than most of the other games on here, because what's funny about this system is, I think this, like, it's kind of like Famicom, but, like, the graphics are more advanced on most of the games. Like, there's too many colours for the Famicom to really be able to, like, you know, like, display them properly. So it'd just be a gobbled mess, I suppose. But yeah, this game, this was kind of based on, like, an old hack that got released on Famicom, I think. Like, you know, there are Famicoms out there that have this exact game on it, with the same graphics and everything. This is a bit awkward to play this controller. Like, honestly, the controller that I'm using for this, it feels a little bit too small. Like, I don't know, like, maybe if you're a kid it might feel alright, but, with my hands it just feels like... It just feels like my hands are too big for this. And my hands, I wouldn't have thought, are really that big, I suppose. So I might see if I could do this first level, actually. Because I seem to remember there was something kind of funny with the boss on this level, from what I remember. Unless maybe they changed it, but I wouldn't have thought so. But, you'll see that. I do like how you start off with a spread gun in this version. Because, you know, the original didn't give you that. You start off with a crappy pea shooter. And it was kind of a pain in the arse, should we say. This, at least, wait for these enemies to spawn. Okay. So just show off the boss right here. I mean, they have, like... What's kind of funny was, with most of the games, the music is exactly the same. But this one, they've kind of, like, switched around the music cues. Oh, God, yeah. Okay, so this is exactly the same. Because, like, I remember... Oh, shoot. The plane, like, says USA on it. So apparently, you're like some sort of terrorist fighting against the US for some reason, which is kind of weird, but okay. But yeah, I actually beat a level and didn't die, so there's that. Actually, I want to see, what does the second level look like? 'Cause I seem to remember it looking pretty crap in this version. Like, the graphics in the original Super Contra looked a lot better, let's just say that much. And it's also hard to tell what the weapons are because now they're marked with numbers in this version instead of letters. You know, it's like, what the hell is the number 1 weapon supposed to be? Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to reset and move on to some other games. Starting with Lucky Ball. And, yeah, Lucky Ball. Actually, what's kind of interesting, this bear that you see on the title screen, or I suppose that... okay, whatever. But yeah, the bear, like the one on the left you just saw there, is actually a character called Andy Brown, which was like this. I think it was supposed to be like a Teddy Ruxpin knockoff or something like that. And for some reason, the people that made this, I think they're called Cube Tech, decided to like put him in a few of the games on here for some reason. I don't really understand it. It's kind of weird. Now this game, as you can probably tell, is of course pinball. You know, it should be pretty obvious from the fact that it's, you know, a pinball game. Actually, I do want to see if I can get to the... I do want to see if I can get to the bonus game on this. Because I want to see if they've, like, changed that. Because, of course, in the original, it was... you play as Mario in the bonus. And this, I would assume they've changed it. I haven't actually been able to get to it, though. Because the ball physics and... I'll be honest, like, the ball physics in this game really aren't that good, I don't think. Which makes it kind of a pain in the arse to actually do anything that you want to, compared to even compared to like other like NES pinball games. This doesn't really play that good. Like I don't really mind this game. Like I will play it every now and then, but at the same time it's like, I don't know. It's like to actually do something that you actually want to do, it's a struggle at best. And, I don't know, it's not particularly fun. I mean, there isn't really much reason to come back to this game nowadays. I mean, you could just get, like... I'm sure you could just download, like, 3D Pinball Space Cadet somewhere. In fact, I'm pretty sure I actually did that. I haven't played it in a while, though. But, yeah, I mean, that is, like, a way better game than this. And, yeah, I'm not going to bother. So, now we've got... Actually, I just remembered. I forgot to put out the, the manual description for this game, because basically, I'm not even making this up. In the manual for this game, it basically describes it as Andy Brown, the genius cracker, plays the best pinball. That is literally what it says. But okay, Mag Fox. I don't think I've played this one actually, but okay, that's I can barely even read that. It looks like it says Mag Foy or something like that. So this game, this is actually based on a game called was it Super Arabian? Oh no, you don't. Yeah. And I'm going to say this right now, Super Arabian is awful. It is, I'm going to say this right now, it is probably one of my least favourite games of all time. In fact, I mean, if you look on the top right, yeah, I mean, that is the most fun thing to do in this game, is that. Because the rest of the game is completely, it's boring, and it's frustrating, and it's just not fun, like, at all. Like I said, I really don't enjoy playing this game. It's just a pain in the arse to play, and I hate it. Because I remember, like, you get to, like, level 3, and it just gets unplayable. In fact, I might see if I can do that right here. Just to show you how, like, unplayably bad this game gets. Like this game might not seem that bad now, but, yeah. Now, I mean, and there was an arcade version of this, which seems to be a lot better. I think when they ported this game to the NES, they just, like, dropped the ball, basically. I assume that's what happened anyway, because I really can't imagine what else would have happened there. So, let's see if we can actually get somewhere here. Probably not. I mean, if I actually beat... Like, I can't even see what I'm doing, because the graphics here are so, like, vivid. You can't really see what you're doing. I mean, it was pretty bad in the original, but it's even worse here, because I literally can't see what I'm doing. Like, at all. And, okay, I've faced with platform and fuck this game, because it sucks. So now let's move on to Magic Ball. Now, this one's actually kind of interesting, because, you know, most of the games on here are just your basic... You know, they are just based on, like, games that you would find on the NES or the Famicom. This, the game that this is based on wasn't even dumped until recently. I think you can find it on some of those more recent, like, bootleg multi-carts with the Famicom. And, I don't know, this game was alright, I suppose. Like, I wouldn't say it's great. I mean, it's basically a Columns clone. Gameplay wise, there really isn't a whole lot more I can say about it. It's just, you know, do you want to play? Do you want to play a rip off of Columns? Then I've got a game for you. That's pretty much what I gotta say to this. And I don't know. There isn't really a whole lot I can say. I mean, it's. I don't know. Actually, I should point out. I think the original version of this was called Hexa, if I recall. I'm not entirely certain on that, but I seem to remember that being the original title of the game. And it's also got music from the Tengen version of Tetris, oddly enough, which is, you know, I like Tengen Tetris. It's by far my favourite version on the NES, at least. I mean, the Game Boy version is, of course, probably the most classic, I would say. It's the one that I played back in the day. And, I don't know, it seems kind of weird they would hack this. I mean, because there is Magic Jewelry on the NES, and I kind of prefer how that one plays, personally. I mean, it's. Like, maybe this one has better music. But no, it's just that one kind of. I'm kind of willing to stick with it more, I suppose. But anyway, done with that.